Well, it is the next day, and well, it's still a bit of a mess. Ugh. I really need to fix this up somehow. I was told that dripstone can help, but I'm not familiar with what dripstone truly is. Therefore, I cannot exactly, well, fix this on my own without knowing what dripstone is. Perhaps I can contact somebody to explain this, to at least fix this mess. Because as we all know, lava does not reproduce itself naturally. It's a bit of an annoyance, really. But if I can find a way to... I heard a strange noise. Was that just me? Huh. I think I'm losing my mind. Regardless, suppose I should look out for somebody to figure out what to do with this lava situation. This dripstone. I have also heard that well, at least that they were at least fed. Oh, one second. I think I understand what's going on here. Yes, that was what was happening. Truly wonderful creature, these hounds. Could have never expected them to be so... well, they're wonderful animals, really. Oh. Is there somebody there? Is that Researcher August?
I'm here. I'm here to check in with Lux.
Researcher?
Prince Lux. Hello?
Hello.
Hey. Hi. I didn't call ahead. Got a little bit lost. Got stuck in the worst. Oh shit.
Are you in a maid dress?
Yes, I am. Give me 2 seconds.
Why? Researcher, that is not proper attire.
It's for... Whoops! I knew I was forgetting something.
While August is out changing their skin, how's my bitrate? Is it still dying, or are we good now?
Every day I forget that I do the main bit for hardcore. The idea is that if I'm
explains some things.
The idea is if I'm too beautiful and sexy to die, if I'm beautiful and sexy, people won't want me to die, and they will therefore sacrifice themselves in order to keep me alive.
Nice.
You know, this has already worked because someone has. We use revive totem rules so that if we get a totem, we can bring someone back from the dead. Someone has already done that to me.
Ah. Your power grows.
I am sexy. I'm so sexy.
Awesome.
It's the power of the maid outfit.
It's the power of the maid outfit. Also, I've been told that my stream is good, which is the best news I've gotten all day. Other than my package arriving soon.
Package. Every day it's their package. Okay, wait. I'm back in the universe.
You are no longer wearing the maid dress. That was a very quick change of clothes.
I am no longer wearing a maid dress. I did the world fastest costume switch.
You truly did. What
I know
brings
I
you
was
here?
wearing a maid dress. I had armor on. I had full armor on.
Oh,
How could you tell?
I have special eyes. I see
You
things
can-
different because I'm from the
you
Nether.
You can see into my soul.
Yes, and I could tell that your soul was wearing a maid dress.
You met me and you went, damn. What a creature. Clearly the embodiment of their beings, their life, their goals, and their essence even is wearing a maid dress. The sluttier the better.
I need to get back in character. You're killing me here.
I'm sorry for disgracing your precious nether eyes.
It's quite all right. It's
You know,
not an
really,
issue.
this is your fault.
How
I
is this
think.
my
No one would've-
fault?
No one would have ever noticed if you didn't look at my soul.
I have no control over that, researcher.
Maybe you should consider. You should consider adding it to your list of things to do.
Adding it what? What do you mean?
What happened to your pool of death?
I had an altercation with a
Here, wait,
twat
hang on.
named Moth.
Moth fucked up your pool of death?
Yes, they did.
How?
By placing a solid block of water and breaking it.
I have never even heard of them doing anything so petty before. How did you manage to get them to do that?
I don't know.
That's
They
very-
just didn't
It's
respect me
very
at all.
impressive.
I will fix this later. Have you heard of anything called dripstone?
I've heard of dripstone. It's infinite lava, right? But I'm not sure how to set it up.
Do you happen to know somebody who can? I would like to fix this as soon as possible.
No, but I've got access to dripstone. I've got a bit in the doggo cave.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm sure with a little bit of research, it'll be good to know. See,
That would be
now-
good
now
to
we
know.
have a-
Having infinite lava would be very good. Considering
Yeah, now we have
Are we not the
a nice
only
little-
ones in this realm who are immune to lava?
a nice little coating of death. You know,
Exactly.
something to welcome everyone.
Their skin is just too sensitive.
Yeah, it seems like a them problem, honestly.
Exactly. You understand everything.
Cool kids let themselves catch on fire.
Exactly. Fire's
can't
all the
do-
rage nowadays.
Exactly. How else will they know that you're hot?
Exactly. You understand.
I do. All the understanding. Part of the scientific qualifications,
Yes, including maid dressery.
including maid dresser. You know, all scientists deserve proper maid dresses. It's the thing. It's how you sell the research.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, my choice of attire aside, I've come with purpose,
Oh.
and also to hang out with you because you're cool. But
Oh. Well, thank you.
I've been going around, I've been checking in with people after our Team Void expedition, into the abyss.
Oh yes, that was
Team
quite a
Bonding.
while ago, was it not?
It was. I've been a little bit distracted with there's a bomb in my lighthouse. But we'll get to that
There's a
later.
what? I'm sorry, that is
There's a
not just something you drop on people.
There's a bomb in my lighthouse.
Who gave it to you?
Unsure.
Alright, okay, that's certainly something.
Not at all worrying. I've accepted it as part of the decor. It lives there now. We're on best buddy terms. So that is why I haven't been. I wasn't
Is
here
it
earlier.
timed?
It's if you poke it, it goes boom boom.
Right, well, I suppose that we shouldn't poke it then, so it wouldn't go, boom boom.
Yes, it's very tempting. I know. Every day I walk by it and I'm like, just a little touch,
I
just a little flick.
would not recommend you do that. Just
I
as
also
a
would not recommend
personal
it.
recommendation.
I'm glad we're on the same page. You are so wise.
Of course.
So I was wondering how you were doing after that because you seemed a tiny bit upset after the tower we found down there. And you
Well-
left kind of quick.
Well,
And so I'm just making sure that everything's going okay. How are you
I'm-
feeling? How are your feelings?
I'm
here to
fine.
be your friend.
My feelings are alright. I feel fine. It did intrigue me, I must admit, to find part of my watchtower down there. That is something that I didn't quite expect. Technically, I can see it from here, can't I? Well, not quite, but it's like over there. In that general
Have you been
direction.
back to it? Have you been?
No, I
Did
just
it make you home?
suppose so. It was the first bit of, well, anything nether since I got here.
I feel like if I saw something from where I was, I might get homesick.
Yes.
Okay. And other thing. Now that are you sure you're all right with that? You okay with what that implies?
I would rather not think about the implications. If part of my watchtower was taken from my castle and moved into this realm that I didn't even know about until I got here and I walked out of that portal, I can't exactly say that it's filling my head with delight, but, you know. It's there.
So if before that moment you hadn't really considered the possibility that there would be nothing to go back to, what made you decide to start a kingdom?
Well, first off, there has to be a way back home. There's nothing. There's
Yes, of
not
course.
nothing.
We're going to find it.
Of course.
And it's
I must get back to my kingdom as soon as possible. However, this place is not governed by anything, by anybody. So all I'm saying is that it needs a little bit of a helping hand to get started with its first monarchy. And besides, what's a prince without his kingdom?
well, you still have a kingdom. You're just a little bit displaced. What happens if you have two kingdoms? Isn't that like a conflict of interest?
It's like having a summer house.
A summer kingdom?
Yes, summer kingdom.
Who's gonna be in charge of this place once you're back home?
I suppose I still will be. I will just move from kingdom to kingdom. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I suppose, this could be a, what do you call it? Placeholder for now.
A placeholder. So
Yes.
it's only temporary.
For now. Until I get back home, and if this place ends up being abandoned, then I'm not entirely sure who to turn the crown to.
Hello, puppy. Sorry, your dogs are cute.
They are very cute, are they not? Hello there.
What do you think's happening in your home right now without you?
Well, I suppose my father has stepped back onto the throne, if anything. Considering I've been missing for quite a long time, several weeks, a month maybe, I suppose there's no choice but to have my father go back to the throne. If he's even
And
in the right condition to leave his bed.
Yeah. Is he able to do that? I know you mentioned something about him being bedridden before. If he's sick.
Yes, he has contracted an illness that has ridden him confined to his bed. And I have been running the throne for 3-4 years now on my own, and I'm not entirely sure how my father will be able to handle coming back, considering he's still quite weak and old.
Imagine being old, cringe.
Exactly. Oops. Thank you, researcher.
Speaking of old and being cringe, I met someone interesting a couple of days ago.
Oh?
Yes, went by the name of, Sleep. Deep Sleep. Was
Oh.
short for something longer, I don't really remember. I could check my notes if I wanted to, but...
Oh, no, I know Sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, he brought me here.
To the portal?
Yes.
Why?
Said something about embracing new futures.
Embracing new futures?
And, moving forward, etc., into the horizon of... I don't know, but it was a little bit unclear. It was one of his last points, and it clearly wasn't as well structured out as the initial ones. Mostly, he just wanted to yell at me.
Why?
Oh, because, he disagrees with... See, I've just been telling people he doesn't like me, but apparently I'm not allowed to do that anymore because it implies things. So he disagrees with my methods and my morals, then.
Uh-huh. Well, I suppose that he has any ideas to see for the future of this kingdom and this world.
So, well, what does he have to do with it? I mean, he brought me here, so he must have some sort of ownership on it. I assume he was talking about your kingdom.
Yes. After all, I will be ruling it. I am the prince. He is, and, well, how well can you keep a secret, researcher?
Well,
Watch out.
I've died before, but to all the deaths.
To all the deaths. What does that mean?
Yes. Oh, it means to long past it has any relevance whatsoever.
What?
Yes,
So,
I can keep a secret.
Alright, sorry. He is my advisor.
For the kingdom.
Yes.
How did he get this job? Did you give it to him? Did you approach him and was like, hey, I need someone for this sick new kingdom I'm running? And he was like, yo.
Well, something like that. The two of us actually know each other.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You knew him from before?
Well, it's sort of. I was like 7 when we met.
I mean, technically meeting, although I don't think it really counts.
Yes.
It's like there's like weird relatives who are like, you've grown so much, and you're like, I have no idea who you are. And they're like, I saw you when you were 2 months old, and you're like, how is this supposed to matter to me?
Yes, well, he's a very, noticeable figure. He's kind of a skeleton in bright purple.
That is true. He stands out. Stands out in a crowd.
He does. And he had relations with my father in helping him with several kingdom-related businesses.
You have relations. Does that mean, like,
Are you implying that Deep Sleep fucked my father?
Absolutely, yes, I am.
Researcher August, I
do not want to think about that, probably.
I don't. I do not want to think about that. I don't want to think about that.
But how likely is it, you think, though?
Probably not that likely. I don't want to think about my father's sex life. I'm sorry.
He could have phrased it better. He's like, oh, Lux, I had relations with your father.
Oh my goodness.
I knew him so very well, Lux.
That is not what I was insinuating, researcher, and you know this.
I do. However, it is. I was going to say it is a bit fun. Well, funny.
Moving on
chaos.
from that.
Chaos oozes from my every step.
Yes, I can tell that is the nature of tieflings. Moving
Right.
past that, my father and Advisor Deep knew each other in the past, and he had visited several times to our kingdom, and like I said, I knew him as a child, which is why he was familiar to me, but I couldn't exactly put my finger on it. I then interacted with him for the first time, and he offered to help build the kingdom here, and offered me the place on the throne. To which, of course, I made him my advisor. Considering, well, as a new royal, I would need one.
So now he offered you the place on the throne.
Well, yes, however, it was something that I had considered as well. It was a mutual agreement.
A mutual agreement. That's fair. You make a.
Don't touch my
pact
dog.
To go and. I'm sorry. I didn't. Did I touch my? Did I hit?
You just pushed him. It's all right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please.
Why don't you
forgive
go join your brothers? Okay, boy. Oh, so obedient. Incredible creatures. He's too close to the lava. I'm going to get you further away. Dogs have a lot of fur. They are not fireproof. They are in fact very flammable.
Most things here are very flammable.
True. This is why the overworld sucks.
I think that's one of the best parts about it, actually.
I just set things on fire. Just whenever I want.
Exactly. Bring a little taste of home.
Exactly.
A little taste of home to the outside world.
I saw those little floating nether islands down in the Void Village.
Yeah, I saw them too. Some lava into the abyss.
Yes. Have you ever been to the nether?
I don't think so.
You really should visit. It's a wonderful place.
I mean, once we have a functioning way to visit, I would love to. Once we solve our whole issue. But no. I was the climate I was raised in was pretty similar. It was volcanic.
Oh.
So similar type of flora and fauna.
Quite, yes. Similar tepid temperatures.
So cold here.
It really is. I can barely stand snow. Can you imagine? Snow! It's cold that falls from the sky and it stays on the earth for so long. I hate it.
It's water that's determined to stick around. Oh, okay. Sorry. Back to sleep, because I had a real point with that. I wasn't just going to make you uncomfortable.
I see.
See, the things I do have purpose.
Oh, it appears that there's more spirits joining us. I'm getting a raid.
Oh, hey.
Thank you.
All of
Your
a sudden
prince
it goes
appreciates your
scream
presence here.
Terror. Welcome to the conversation, ghost men. Anyway, before, I guess when I met you the first time, you didn't seem that interested in starting a kingdom here. You were more focused on going back to the old one.
Well, yes, of course I would love to get back home as soon as possible, and I would prefer to go home over staying here. However, this is a last-ditch effort. If our research efforts cannot bring us back home, I suppose this is the only option we have. Plus, like Advisor Sleep and I have agreed upon, this place needs somebody to guide it.
So it was his idea.
It was, well, yes.
And he wants to use you as a figurehead.
Nobody's using me as a figurehead. I'm going to be the prince. Or perhaps even the king of this place.
Have you considered that that's not maybe how he sees it, though?
Why wouldn't it? He's my advisor, after all.
Exactly, and advisors have a lot of influence. What if he went and attached himself to someone likely to pick up influence so he could in turn have influence over others?
Well, being my advisor would give him enough influence over others. It's quite a lot of power being a royal advisor.
Yes, and the more you listen to him, the more power he has. A kingdom would be good for him, is what I'm saying, because it puts him in a position of authority.
Yes, but it puts me in a position of authority above him.
Well, I mean, yes, but have you considered him that maybe your goals might be different?
Why would they be different? We're both trying to, start up some sort of kingdom here to make sure that everything is running smoothly.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you're going home, and he's not. That's already a schism that could open up between them.
Well, if I go home and everything resolves itself, I can go back to my kingdom. I suppose that Advisor Deep may become the new ruler of this place.
So maybe he's using you to if you give him the power once you leave, he's basically secured himself into a kingship.
Yes, however, we are allies. Why would I ever be worried about this? It's a good thing.
I mean, not to spread a whole bunch of discontent and rumors, but like I obviously will share gossip with you because you're cool.
Please.
Things I know about Sleep. He has threatened Gwaine multiple times. He has bond trapped Amber, I believe, and poured water over her head repeatedly. And if you may have ideas that align now, but there'll come a point where they might not anymore, and then he might not need you as much once he anchors himself in the community. And what's stopping him once he has that anchor point to just betraying you is what I'm saying.
Why would he do that?
Because people are selfish, and you need to think about what the power you give people, especially if they're the ones to seek it out.
I'm quite confident in my own trust. Thank you very much.
Okay. I guess the other thing that I might be a little bit miffed about is I'm probably not going to be allowed to join.
Does he not like you?
He doesn't like me at all.
I would have to have a conversation with him about this.
Just do it, I guess, a bit subtly.
I will try to be discreet about this.
Okay, because in the worst case scenario, if he's smart enough to engineer circumstances such as this for himself, then he'll probably also be smart enough to know when you're picking up on it.
Well, I suppose he worked with my father. He knows his way around talking people up.
Yeah, speaking to kings, and I'm just saying to be careful.
I'll keep it in mind, researcher.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted?
No. It's just, polite people tend to lie a lot for societal purposes or whatever.
I'm quite aware of that.
So that's good then. I guess what I'm saying is keep an eye out for the truth. Keep an ear out for the truth.
I'll try my best.
Fantastic. Well, I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Was there anything you wanted to swing by with me?
Yes. I was wondering, if I am to temporarily rule this land as its prince, what would you think would garner the respect of the people?
As in, to get them to accept your rule?
Yes, because, well, some rulers do not often become rulers through fair means. And I want people to actually appreciate me as their ruler. I do not want to seize power through threatening and violence.
That's very mature of you, Prince Lux. Alright. So then, I think I didn't have monarchies where we were. I didn't have king. I think that in order to gain the respect of the people, a king should work on protecting them and providing the best environment and having a situation where they can flourish and, you know, working alongside them to accomplish those things. Because you can't really respect someone you only seen from afar. I mean, talking to your citizens and engaging in community service. Yeah. At the end of the day, a kingdom would not exist without its citizens. And, you know, respect goes both ways. A king has to appreciate his citizens for giving him the power to rule over them.
All right. Thank you for your input.
I mean, it's possible to run things differently and to do things differently than that, I mean, have still historically worked, but being unnecessarily cruel to people generally leads to uprising. And the best way to make people like you is for them to think that they're one of you and not above them, even if you are literally above them.
Exactly. All I'm saying is that this kingdom is bereft of my father, and I will not be making his mistakes.
What did he do, if you forgive me for asking, Your Highness?
I am not entirely comfortable with sharing the full extent of his rulership.
Yeah,
However,
you can be vague if you want. A general idea is better than no idea at all.
Many consider him to be a tyrant. And I'm trying very hard not to be like him.
You're trying to rectify the image, straighten out the royal line.
Exactly.
Why did he do something that made people take this opinion of him? That are you doing things different?
He was unnecessarily cruel to people who do not deserve it. He did bad things. I do not wish to continue this conversation. Okay. I will not be like him, is what I'm getting at.
So, a king of peacetime, then?
Hopefully.
So the idea of a conflict doesn't frighten you?
Conflicts are not unusual for me. I have been on the throne for 3 or 4 years now, perhaps closer to 4. I know how to deal with a conflict when it rises up. And if one rises up here, I know how to deal with it.
Forever? I mean, people come back here. There's no dying. A perpetual conflict, is that the type of thing that you faced?
Well, back home, people actually died. Around here, I might have to get a little bit more creative.
Down here, I think the only way conflicts will be, well, truly solved, I guess, in the end, is with words. Concessions. I suppose, communication or whatever.
Hmm.
There might be some people who, no matter how many times you kill them, still won't see the world the way you see the world.
Perhaps then killing would be a lighter sentence in this world.
All right, what in Prince Lux's eyes is worse than death? This is fun.
Eternal torture. I mean, if
Oh,
you
of
can never
course.
die, then if you're going to be tortured forever, then that's not going to be fun, is it?
Gonna spawn trap someone and, I don't know, boil them to death over and over again?
Oh, right, I forgot that people here are not immune to lava. That is something that I can do. Or perhaps those ravagers that we found under that odd
Right?
structure.
I've been so tempted to try to transport them over to people's houses as pranks. They're just so far down under there, and I think it would be hilarious.
I don't think that's possible to actually move them. However, if you can figure out a way that would be literally, like, I don't even. Good luck with that.
They've already killed me once. I'm used to it.
Oh dear.
I take death in stride.
I've seen the way that they act. It's not too different from zombie hoglins. Zoglins are... Oh, they're a nightmare.
Worse than the normal pig dudes?
Well, here's the thing. Normal pigmen and piglins, they have sentience of some sort. They have community, they have language. We're able to hire them as soldiers. We have plenty of piglin soldiers in our army.
So they can be reasoned with.
Yes, they can be reasoned with, and they can be traded with as well. They do quite love gold, as everybody in the Nether does. However, hoglins and zoglins, they are just feral animals that hunt and kill to their heart's content. So more often than not, it ends up just being impossible to deal with them other than killing them. Zoglins are even worse because they don't even run on fear anymore. They just run on instinct and pure adrenaline. Watch out.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Majesty.
I need to get this.
Have you killed people?
I'm sorry?
Have you killed people before? Have you killed people before?
I am not at liberty to answer that question.
Did you enjoy it?
It was for punishment. What? That is all.
So you didn't feel any sense of satisfaction?
Why are you asking me this?
Well, I have always been of the opinion that it's best to know yourself. And so I ask the questions people don't ask. Because I want people to think about them. I mean, they don't like being asked these questions, but it's something to consider.
This is indeed a very difficult question to ask somebody. There's no guarantee that anybody would respond truthfully.
See, and even if they respond with a lie, that also gives you information.
I could always just say that I've killed thousands of people. I could also say that I've killed 0 people.
Yeah, and the way you choose says a lot about you and your reasoning, even if I can't really figure out if it's true or not. I mean, if you want to ask me questions, you can ask me questions.
I am not a researcher. I do not have the mindset of somebody who would endlessly question somebody's psyche to figure out what makes them tick. That is not somebody that I am. However,
right,
I am curious why
you think of something. Oh, go ahead.
I'm curious why you are so curious about my own psychology. What is it about me that so interests you?
Well, I think that sometimes people have difficulty conceptualizing themselves as they are in the world, and I like to try to help. So I've done this to pretty much everyone on Haven, actually, eventually. But I just want people to understand themselves.
Just
And
by
then through that, they can
psychoanalyzing
understand the world.
people.
I mean, if they're not gonna do it themselves, a little push, a mental push in the right direction. It's definitely much less violent than a physical push. Are there people here like to make people change their minds with dramatic actions, or by like setting their houses on fire, or by I don't know, dueling them as the sun rises in the morning?
Quite violent.
Right? But
I'm not
why-
against
why do
violence,
that?
however, diplomacy is
Why-
always a better way to
Why-
go.
Exactly. Why try to force someone to change when you can convince them to change? Or convince them to think?
Being able to speak to people is a very powerful tool that one can possess. If all of your
Exactly.
instincts go to, if somebody disagrees with you, just kill them, that's not the mark of somebody who actually is a good person. You only kill people if they do something really bad.
What sort of crime warrants death, do you think?
Well, we have several that probably need changing, but we have several back home that have such a punishment.
Do you agree with them? Which ones do you agree with?
I agree with some, not all. For example, treason or trying to go against the royal family would result in death. Because if you're trying to kill us, it's simply a matter of self-defense, is it not?
Did you let your citizens leave?
Yeah, for walks.
No, I meant if they wanted to settle somewhere else. If they wanted to say, wow, Prince Lux, it's been an honor living out here in your city, but I would like to move to this weird patch of countryside and start a farm or something.
I suppose as long as it's within our kingdom lands, then there's no problem with it.
What was outside your kingdom lands?
As long as it's not another kingdom. But there's some I forgot the word, but there's like, it's on the tip of my tongue. But there's some specifics about that rule that I might be able to give grievance to.
I bother you. Because yeah, I feel like all rules, well, anything you try to set in stone always gets so testy, because then you have to define all the terms. Like,
Quite.
well, what is treason even?
Or somebody who goes against the royal family.
Yeah, as like, and what degree of going against? Is that someone who's like complains about like taxes? Is that going against the royal family?
Well, technically, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Is it someone who complains about people who die that there are people who die in wars? Is disagreeing, does that equal death?
Sometimes.
Should it?
Sometimes.
What's the difference?
A lot of
What
the
makes some
rules
opinions-
currently set in stone right now were made by my father, and unfortunately, as he is still the ruling king, I cannot do much about changing them.
He's bedridden though.
Yes, but he's still the ruling king. He's
I
still
mean,
legally the king.
In theory.
What do you mean in theory? No, he's legally I'm not allowed to be the king yet. I'm the prince. I just
Why not?
have the seat on the throne.
What if you wanted to?
Wanted to be the king.
Who could stop you? Would your father stop you? Would he be able to? You could take him.
Are you suggesting that I commit patricide?
No, you could just. You don't even have to do anything. You can just like stick him in a room.
He
I'm
is
saying
stuck
that
in
you
a room.
say. You say exactly. He's already stuck in a room.
And he has
You said that you
advisors and maids and servants.
You said the reason that you weren't able to change anything is because he wasn't still in charge. But if he doesn't have the power to in charge. I mean, technically you could have changed things. You just had to take things.
He still has power. I've tried.
That must have been frustrating.
At times.
What stopped you then?
The divine right of kings. The fact that he is my father. The fact that there's a lot that he can do that could stop me. I would rather not get into it. This is personal stuff.
Right, sorry. If the people thought of him as a tyrant, do you think they'd back you if you promised to do something different?
Well, I'm trying. And they like me a lot more than they like him.
Yeah. So with the support of a country, don't you think that gives you the power by not necessarily by right, but by default?
Well, there are still supporters in the masses. Somehow. And the vocal majority that actually want to speak up against the rules get silenced a lot.
If you were in charge, you didn't need to commit to the silencing, though.
Like I said, there's not a lot that I can do other than killing my own father, which, while it would be an interesting thought to entertain, I could never actually bring myself to do. Thank you very much.
Fair. Everyone's got the lines they won't cross. But what I'm saying is that there's always an option. So at a certain point, you need to think about about good things you want to do and why you haven't done them.
I don't want to talk about this topic anymore. Is that clear? You have made your point.
Well, that's good. Anything you'd like to ask of me?
Why are you always circling?
Oh, I don't like standing still.
Uh-huh. Every time that I've met you, you are running everywhere.
Yeah, no, I get twitchy when I'm placed for too long. I don't like... Not moving is the closest you get in an open world like this to feeling trapped, and I hate feeling trapped.
Do you have claustrophobia?
I'm scared of small spaces. More if I get frustrated and angry with them, and...
Is that why you prefer the void so much?
Maybe?
Because the void is endless openness.
Yeah. That's the opposite of a small space.
True. You keep throwing yourself into it day after day, and... You claim that this is an open world, but do you feel like the void is more open than that? Do you prefer the void over the solid land?
Well, I can't live down there. I just keep dying. Nothing to walk on.
I'm sure you can
if I had
figure out some way to break the void.
I'm working on that. But I'm breaking the void for all of us, not for my own personal wanting to fly and build cool void structures.
I see. Well, I suppose that answers that.
What sort of crime do you think warrants being tortured to death here? And then tortured to death again forever?
Trying to kill me, trying to usurp me from my throne, if I ever have to claim it myself.
So, what if somebody made not a rival kingdom, or what if somebody didn't want to be part of your kingdom and made their own little private area?
As long as they are not going against the kingdom proper, I see no issue with it.
As long as they don't try to set up their own set of rules.
As long as they do not go against my rule.
As long as they still follow the rules that you set out.
More or less.
What if you set rules that aren't intuitive to some of the people here?
Well, I suppose I'll have to talk with the people and make sure that they have all the rules that they want. I'm not going to be a tyrant. I'm going to make sure that everybody lives in a way that is acceptable. Protected.
Well, I've been stuck in a small box and killed multiple times before. Not very fun.
Have you? Why?
Because I probably deserved it. Because I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I looked into something when people told me to stop.
Well, I suppose that makes sense. Punishment befit of the crime.
How would you kill me over and over again, you think? I mean, I'm used to dying in this world. What would make it hurt?
Why would I share that with you?
There. You gotta keep it. Well, I mean, I guess if you trust me, you know that you wouldn't have to do it, so it's just a hypothetical.
Well, yes, I do have some trust in you, however. Trust is a fickle thing.
That's good. Be careful. Especially with people who want things from you.
Yes.
I like to make it clear what I'm after.
Then set it forth.
People like sleep don't, though. They pretty up their words and talk of community and futures, while not saying why they want the supposed utopias they will create. I mean, at the end of the day, the motivation for things, everything's a little bit selfish. And I feel like if you can admit that to someone that, okay, you're not only doing this because it would be good for the world, you're doing this because you'd like to, or you're doing it because it makes you feel powerful or in control, or something like that. Then it almost makes you a better person than if you hadn't said that. Because then at least you know, and at least they don't.
What exactly are you implying?
I suppose better is also relative. There's not really like a good person or an archetype of a person who's good. They exist. I don't think they exist. I think the world is too complicated for good people to exist. And so anyone who tells you that they're a good person, they're either naive or they're lying a little bit.
An interesting philosophy.
You don't have to agree with me. You just have to think about it.
I certainly don't agree with you. I have my own... Well, I mean, it's not that I... Let me rephrase. Your worldview is yours, and I have my own. They do not quite line up as perfectly as maybe some people would want, but that is all.
What do you think makes someone a good person?
Somebody who gives up everything for something that they believe in. Someone who will not cave. Someone who will persist through and complete their goal for the benefit of other people.
determination, willpower, self-sacrifice, that type of thing?
Something like that.
Do you think you're a good person?
It's complicated.
Right, that's why it's so hard. These moral boxes. Makes things so close together. Too black and white. Everything's complicated, I think.
Quite.
Do you think I'm a good person, by your definition?
I have not known you for long enough to make that decision.
You know, the politics that you've been raised in don't come out too often. They're definitely coming out tonight.
Yes, with your incessant questioning of my rule and everything going on at home.
Is that enough to kill me for?
Careful. Why would I kill you?
Would it have been enough for your father to kill me?
For existing, probably. There's a lot that my father would do that not a lot of people agree with. Goodness, why am I missing so much?
Experience points. And gunpowder. To blow something up in the future.
Why would you need to blow things up?
Not sure, but it sounds fun.
Fair enough.
Right, maybe I'll just take you to an empty piece of land and just like boom, boom, boom. See how big of a crater you can make.
Are you aware of the beacon not far from here?
There's a beacon.
There is a beacon. I was making my way over to the spawn village to just see how it's going over there. And I found something intriguing. I don't suppose you've seen it.
And no, I've been a little distracted, honestly.
I'm
Is it
not
being used for
entirely
anything
sure.
right now?
I'm not sure, but it does exist, which implies several things. Do you remember me telling you about the origins of the Nether Star?
Yes. Horrible, big-headed creature of destruction.
Yes. The Wither is extremely powerful, extremely durable, and let's just say hard to kill, and very dangerous to summon. Those who summon the Wither want death, destruction. They just want things to collapse to ruin.
So I fell in a pit. So I suppose
Oh,
farming
dear.
them. I'm out of the pit. We're good.
Well done.
So I suppose farming them is not a occupation that many will take.
No, farming Wither skulls is already in its own a very dangerous task with the Wither skeletons existing and all. However, those who try to summon the Wither are a breed in and of itself. Somebody who's willing to do that just to collect its soul, the condensed soul of thousands of other dead souls. Who would go out of
How
their way
aware
to
do you-
create that?
How aware do you think that they are?
The
you know
souls,
How, yeah.
in that state, I doubt they feel anything but pain and confusion. Oh, crying out loud. Guess we're going the long way around. Ow. Oh, this sucks.
Alright. Every day the world is inconvenient.
I
you want
wish that the
food?
world would simply not rain on me. I'm not even sure where we are at the current moment. Where is the thing? I think it's down there. Ow.
So, you think that someone here either fought a wither or was unconcerned enough with the consequences to buy one?
To buy a nether star? Ow.
Yes.
I'm not sure you can. It's extraordinarily hard to get.
So someone fought a wither then. Here, you think.
Oh! Oh dear. Oh. Oh no. There's
What has occurred?
There's lava
death
leaking
approach
into my bedroom.
Death approaches from every corner.
Death approaches from every corner. I shall be with you in one moment.
Okay. Just doing some cleanup.
That was the home of the Enderfolk, right?
Yes.
Yes. I feel no remorse.
Not a fan?
I don't like them. And they don't like me. It's a mutual thing.
A mutual thing. Well, at least you've agreed that. It's always the worst when, like, someone likes you and then you don't like them and then it has to be this, like, awkward, like, shuffle.
Exactly. It's better to make your intentions clear from the very start.
Have a good enemy.
Yes. I've had way too many people question me over the past several days.
Apologize, but, you know, I'm not sorry, so.
I noticed. The morality of demons and tieflings are never, you know, well done.
I guess, yes, I do have the most social leverage to be a force of chaos around you. I guess it's more expected.
Yes, I am familiar with tieflings. We had many back in the Nether. It's still raining.
It is so raining. Oh, where are you? I've been walking in circles.
Ouch. I just got to the bone path here in the flower forest. Lord, this nightmare.
Knives are raining from the ceiling.
How exactly does the Enderfolk put up with this? This is why I settled down in the Badlands. There's nothing...
I don't know. What is up with, like, out of all the places to choose a house to build? Like, okay, you pick the area that rains death from the sky?
Exactly.
I mean,
at least over here
impressive.
there's... At least over by the home itself there's actual shade.
It presents dedication.
Dedication indeed. Also, it's close to a savannah. I'm not sure why they didn't just set up in the savannah.
Alright. Where
are
you?
I'm by the house.
Oh, you're by the house? I
Yes.
didn't buy the house. I'm coming back up to the house. I made a cool little tree for it now.
Oh?
Yeah, I haven't seen it before. It's quite pretty. I've never made a custom tree before. I should try.
Oh, and I see the custom tree. It's very large.
Wait, no, now I'm at Amber's house. Oh, there you are. Okay, good.
Yes. What did you think?
For a second, I thought that you had tried to find me as I was going to find you, and then we had passed each other like two ships in the night.
Oh my goodness. Follow me, researcher.
Following.
It's just down here.
Oh. That's fun.
I was walking past this yesterday, and I still am not sure what it is.
What it's for.
It's raining in here.
Right, run to this convenient underhang.
As you can see, there's a beacon in there. I need to eat food. 1 second. Why was rain invented? This is the worst.
The things here, it's part of the life cycle.
What confuses
You
me
know that
is... Can you
Humans'
listen?
bodies are like 70% water. Sorry, continue.
Can you listen for 1 moment?
I'm listening.
That
Your
is the
Highness.
sound of a zombified piglin.
That is. There's one in Jurassic Park.
In what? What is Jurassic
Oz's.
Park?
Oz's Zoo.
Who is Oz?
Another scientist, I guess.
Oh. I would like to see Jurassic Park. Ow.
Now, are you concerned with the structure because of the thousands of dead souls screaming by it? Or...
I'm very concerned. Can you not hear them? Because they're quite loud.
I hear a buzzing, a humming.
It's possible that you're just not attuned to the nature of souls, but it is
They don't quite-
concerning.
The same perception you do.
Frequency. It's like a radio.
Are they screaming?
They're... Well, it's hard to describe, really.
You know, generally when people say something is hard to describe, afterwards they try to describe it.
Well... If you would like a description... It sounds like they're singing.
Like they're happy to be there, or like it's the only thing they can do to maintain a sense of themselves in the rushing oceans of dead things.
I'm not sure. This is my first time seeing a beacon.
Thank you for showing me out. I'll keep an eye on this.
Whatever this structure is, I'm concerned about what it means for... What this beacon could mean, possibly.
Yeah, the insinuation that someone among us has defeated an evil creature of... Well, not even evil. Has defeated a rampaging creature of death is not the most comforting thought.
Quite.
It is pretty, though.
It is, isn't it? I'm going to run under the rain for 1 second. Ouch! Oh, this is awful. Oh, there's just pumpkins. Okay, I'm going to die. Ugh. I had assumed there would be some explanation of the piglin that is in here.
We
Suppose-
hear the noise, but... Is it in the walls?
I'm not sure. It might be out in the floor under here.
Positioned for a purpose, you think?
Over here. There's multiple.
Alright, hang on. Let's...
A piglin zombifies only with exposure to oxygen.
Don't see anything under here.
Hmm. I think for now we should...
Oh, I found
Oh,
Discovery Central.
are we sure we should be doing this?
No risk, no reward.
Suppose so. Oh, careful, there's a skeleton.
These things are rare.
Ow. How did it shoot me through the wall?
The magic of clipping. Its shot is so good. Whoa. Whoa, did you? There's some of them that aren't trapped.
Huh. Where did they come from?
Where did they go?
This makes no sense.
Do you know why anybody would want one of these things?
They have no
They
purpose.
break their
Once
own-
they're zombified, all they do is wander
They break-
around.
They break their own boat? Hang on. Hey, bastard.
The real confusion is how one got here. That means there's an open portal.
Hey.
I would not recommend you do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, they're going to be mad at you for all of eternity.
It's fine. They're trapped in a little wooden box. What are they gonna do to me about it?
I think we should get out of here. Something
Yeah,
about
it's a bit-
this.
It's a
Okay.
bit unnerving? Oh,
What?
jeez.
Oh! Well,
Right, okay. We need to make sure to leave no trace. I wanted to put a... You know what? I can still do that.
yeah, we can still do that. There's nothing flammable up there. But this is concerning. Why would somebody have a nether star and zombie piglins? What
the
is
Nether
this
and they're
place?
not telling us?
If there's a portal to the nether, I think I would want to be the first to know.
Well, I mean, like, yes, obviously. But what if they're using it to get resources and, like, make themselves, I don't know, one of the more powerful members here? What if they're gonna butter that information or something?
I think I would like to know.
Well, yes, but if I were them, you would be the last person. Well, if I was them and I wanted to make sure that my discovery led to profits, I would make sure you were one of the last people who knew. Because you want it the most. You'd give up the most for it. Is it... Are you announcing your presence here? Okay.
That should catch their attention.
Are you sure it's a good idea to let them know that you know?
I think I should have the first right to know. Ow. 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 About anything to do with the nether. Would you like to show me to Jurassic Park? I'm curious as to what
Sure.
it is.
It might be a rating still, though.
Oh.
I know
Right.
I was there for acquiring the pigment, though. So it was naturally, it got hit with a lightning or something.
I'm sorry? Where are you going?
Wait, where are you?
I'm over here.
That means nothing to me. Where's over here? Oh. Okay. Suddenly, I'm aware of your presence.
Yes, good. You should be. I have to shoot you to do that.
You didn't hit me though.
I did not.
Was that on purpose? Was that on purpose?
Of course.
Do you like me?
You would have to know where the arrows come from.
Keep me updated on if the person who owns that structure reports back to you.
I certainly will. Because that concerns me
that.
to a very, very strong degree. If somebody here has access to the Nether, I think I would love to be the first one actually going to the Nether. Which is my home.
You said that they spawn due to lightning, right?
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
We don't exactly have oxygen back in the Nether. It's a completely separate thing. I'm not a scientist. I don't know the chemical composition of any of this. Why am I leading the way? You know the way to Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, nope. We're going the back entrance.
All right.
Onto the Havens Highway.
To carry on with what I was saying, it is a completely different chemical composition, and pigmen cannot safely breathe oxygen in the overworld. The same can be said with hoglins.
Well, it must be unfortunate to wander to somewhere where the air is literally poison.
Quite. And here the water is also poison. Imagine if the world was like 70% ocean. That would be awful.
It's in the 0% ocean. There's only large gaps in reality.
There are a lot of gaps in reality.
Where the world has ripped itself apart.
Imagine if that was filled with the water. That would be awful.
I'm trying to picture you navigating just a world full of water.
Oh, that would be awful. I would hate every second of it.
Exactly.
Oh, I remember climbing that awful staircase.
Oh, yes. See, I tried my best to make it the worst staircase possible.
You have nothing on Curse Breakers.
I know! Like, I tried to scientifically engineer this thing to be terrible. There's no handrails. There's nothing in the center.
Researcher. I think you've misunderstood. True chaos cannot compete with research. You can't just research chaos. It's chaos.
You are right about that one. To be fair, though, I wasn't trying to create chaos. I was trying to create annoyance.
Well, I suppose that, well...
Although, to most people here, that's the same thing.
Oh, is this Jurassic Park?
Yes, welcome.
I've been here once to go to another part of Haven. What are these creatures?
Those are foxes, aren't they?
I really like them.
Yes, I've got one in my lighthouse as a pet. I've named him Fundy. He is my beloved.
I want 12.
Right? Maybe if you talk to Oz, they'll let you breed one.
I suppose I will have to meet this Oz person.
Yes, I'd talk to Oz for you, but I don't think my opinion counts much for them right now. Did you see that panda just did a flip? Oh my god.
What? There's so many creatures in the overworld.
The little roll.
Hello. They make strange noises. Pick
Tell
up
him you
some
don't blame the
bamboo
speed.
to give Pom as a treat. Well, I have bamboo now. Have you seen the bamboo infestation in the spawn village?
Yes, there's a ridiculous amount.
Those foxes have terrifying screams. How do I get up here?
You go around the side of here.
Hmm?
I've been here a fair amount recently. Yes.
Where are you?
And around the side. Come on.
This means nothing to- Oh, I see. Wait.
Other side. You're hiding.
This is confusing. They should make it clearer.
They should put out more signs.
Yes. Oh, goodness.
Oh, okay.
Pomme de terre.
For the real experience,
Oh.
you always go right in with the animals.
This is far too cute. This is far too cute. I can't handle this.
You've got to run. You've got to retreat.
I'm getting overwhelmed.
You're leaving. The power. It's too strong.
Such creatures have to be contained. Did you sneeze?
That one just sneezed and my entire screen shook. Everything I looked just trembled around me.
There's a rabbit in here. Oh. Well,
Yeah.
here's the pigment. This looks like home. What? How did this Oz manage this?
We found a house, actually. It looked as another splintered part of the nether.
House.
I believe it was cannibalized from there.
This is so intriguing.
You want to set up a little camp here?
I
Familiar landmark?
would like to stay here for a while. This.
Okay, well, enjoy your little taste of home. I will be off. Research mates for no man. Or person. And just, yeah, if you hear anything, if you need a builder help, just remember that I exist.
Thank you, researcher. Try not to get shot.
I will do my best, but you know, I'm so very attackable.
Suppose so. Thank you for your input today. But know
I
this.
know it was.
I will make my own decisions as to who I trust and who I will not.
And I
Nothing will
wouldn't
sway
expect
that.
anything less.
Thank you. Have a good day, researcher. Why is everybody trying to psychoanalyze me? It's getting to a very annoying point. I know that my father was not a good man. I know that I will not follow in his footsteps. A strider? There's a strider in here. I can hear him. Where is he? Hold on, hold on, hold on. This is very important. Where is it? Wherever it is, I'm going to have to contact this Oz person to tell me more about how they managed to access the Nether to get all of these resources to get this Jurassic Park under running. I believe this is connected, considering this is the same path, this is the same everything. I'm simply going to leave a message. Hopefully that will inform them to come talk to me about this. Because I am concerned if there's multiple people here who have access to the Nether, the fact that neither of them have contacted me about this, I am not a fan of that fact. Is researcher August trying to turn me against Advisor Deep? If that is what they're actually trying to do, then there are some worrying things. I know who to trust. I know that I can trust Advisor Deep. He wants what is best for me and the kingdom. If I am to rule this place, then that should be obvious. And technically, yes, this place is temporary at best. I'm not going to stay here for all of eternity. I'm not going to be its permanent ruler. I would love to get home as soon as possible. But this place does need a ruler. This place cannot just stay on its own like this. Chaotic, unruled. All I'm saying is that it needs a little bit of help. And Advisor Deep trusts me to be that help. So I will simply hope that it works. I'll think about this on my own. Perhaps contact my advisor to talk about this. I'm not sure what researcher August is trying to do or trying to ask of me. Very personal questions, but, well, suppose we'll see. This kingdom has to go properly, no matter what. Everything must be in order. Whatever they did to acquire a beacon of all things, I would love to find out. And I will. And I think that's where I'm gonna end it for today. Thanks, gang, for sticking by. I was trying to ad-lib as many of those things as possible. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, people. Thanks for being in interactive chat and making me lose it sometimes because, yeah, a little bit. But yeah, thanks for stopping by and have a good day.